Welcome to BuzzLeaps, your daily explainer.
Think AI is plotting to steal your job? Well, here is a hilarious reality check for you. AI can fully perform exactly 1% of human skills. We are literally out here panicking over a glorified calculator.
So, what if the real threat isn't AI taking your job, but how it legally and totally rewrites your 9 to 5? Are you ready to see the real AI future and make your own buzz leaps?
Section 1. The 1% Threat.
Now, that 1% stat, it's funny, but it's kind of deceptive because we aren't just dealing with basic chatbots anymore. The real game changer that is actively transforming the modern workplace is called agentic AI. We're talking about autonomous systems capable of completing entire multi-step workflows end-to-end. It can reason, plan, execute, and actually check its own work without a human needing to hold its hand the whole time. If your standard chatbot is a fancy typewriter, an AI agent is basically a digital coworker.
And guys, this isn't some distant sci-fi concept. According to a recent KPMG report, a staggering 77% of Canadian companies surveyed are already using AI agents right now for things like cross-departmental knowledge sharing. Even crazier, 66% of those business leaders are actively moving toward a fully integrated workforce where humans and AI agents work side by side. So yeah, this technology is already sitting in your office today.
Section 2. Reshaped, not replaced. So, if these digital agents are stepping in to do entire workflows, what actually happens to human headcount? Well, based on a comprehensive microeconomic model by BCG, over the next 2 to 3 years, 50 to 55% of US jobs will be drastically reshaped by AI. That is over half. But, and this is a massive but, notice that only 10 to 15% of jobs are actually considered vulnerable to elimination over the next 5 years. Most of us are just going to see our daily tasks radically change, but we aren't suddenly out of work.
BCG actually breaks this down by categorizing roles based on AI's impact. First up, we have substituted roles. These are jobs with highly structured, repeatable processes where the demand is pretty bounded. Think of a call center representative. Once AI can handle routine customer inquiries from start to finish, you simply need fewer human reps. But on the flip side, we have amplified roles. This is where AI augments human work in areas where demand is expandable. A perfect example, software engineers.
And that brings us to a super fascinating economic concept called the Jevons paradox. This principle basically states that making a resource cheaper and more efficient actually increases the total demand for it. It's wild, but think about it. When AI makes software engineers faster, it lowers the cost and the time it takes to build software. Because companies have this near-endless appetite for new digital tools, that lower cost unlocks massive unmet demand. They don't fire their engineers, they actually hire more of them to build even more stuff. Efficiency literally creates demand.
Section 3. The Global Legal Backlash.
Now, before we assume this is just going to be some smooth economic transition, we have to talk about governments throwing up some fascinating roadblocks. Over in China, the Hangzhou Intermediate People's Court recently made a landmark ruling. Firing a human worker simply because an AI system can do their job cheaper is legally unlawful. They are putting a hard legal shield right around the employment contract. Meanwhile, the European Union is taking a super strict regulatory approach with their AI Act. They've classified AI used in human resources as high risk, which demands mandatory human oversight and extreme transparency.
But here is where we hit some absolutely incredible geopolitical irony. While China's courts are actively protecting workers from AI-driven layoffs, the very top of the government, the Politburo, just issued a directive called AI Plus Action. This mandate basically rewrites procurement law, forcing government agencies and state-owned enterprises to aggressively buy and integrate large language models. We're talking about a massive 449 billion yuan market. So let me get this straight. They are legally blocking AI layoffs while simultaneously mandating the massive state procurement of the exact same AI models. You really can't make this stuff up.
And what about the EU's strict high-risk rules? Well, according to legal analysis from Crowell and Moring, those rules might just get tangled up in red tape. The European Commission's proposed digital omnibus package might actually delay the enforcement of these strict AI obligations to December 2027 or maybe even August 2028, depending on technical standards. This delay could essentially create a temporary, totally unregulated Wild West for AI adoption in European human resources over the next few years.
Section 4. The New Human Premium.
So with workflows evolving and all these legal hurdles shifting globally, what does this actually mean for you? Well, there's a dramatic shift happening in what employers value. Because AI agents can handle routine technical execution,
Humans need to step up and become orchestrators. According to KPMG and CIO Insights, employers are actively prioritizing creative problem-solving and adaptability. We're seeing a 44% and 43% demand for those skills in entry-level hiring alone. In fact, 65% of business leaders say social and interpersonal capabilities now matter more than technical expertise. You are no longer just a builder, you are a manager of digital workers.
And if you develop these skills, the financial rewards are very real. Looking at the latest compensation data from PayScale, we can see exactly how organizations are upgrading jobs rather than just firing staff. Nearly half of them, 48% to be exact, have added AI responsibilities to existing roles, essentially upskilling their current workforce. Another 25% have created entirely new AI-focused leadership roles, like heads of AI strategy or governance leads. Companies are financially rewarding these new skills to make absolutely sure they have the human oversight required. This brings us to a really cool concept from a recent archive labor study known as the reinstatement effect. While AI absolutely displaces some tasks, it reinstates human labor by creating brand new needs. The study identified 17 entirely new emerging roles that literally didn't exist 2 years ago. We are talking about jobs like AI operations specialist, which is the person who audits and fixes an AI agent when it inevitably makes a mistake, or an AI-augmented paralegal who spends their day directing AI workflows rather than just reading documents manually. It's about a total evolution of the job market.
I want to leave you with this final, incredibly provocative thought from a Chinese industry analyst that perfectly sums up our explainer today. Quote, "The question isn't whether AI agents will replace human workers. The question is whether companies that don't deploy agents will be replaced by companies that do. The AI wave isn't coming to delete you, it's here to reshape exactly how you work. So the real question is, are you ready to become an AI orchestrator?" Thanks for diving into this explainer with me, and keep making those buzz leaps.